Hello, I'm Dr. Edward, Healing Vet. Today, talking about soul purpose, and particularly soul purpose when it comes to our beautiful animals, because our animals have souls too. We have souls, our animals have souls, and I very strongly believe that our souls are the part of us that we're really here to live for, that our purpose on this planet is to connect with our souls and live through our hearts so that we can transcend all of the ugliness and all of the troubles and all of the problems and all of the traumas and all of the violence and all of the other things that the human jungle seems to be so good at throwing up into the world. So, soul purpose. I just want to talk a little bit about the difference between, a lot of people on the spiritual path talk about asking spirit to help them grow. Well, I got some news for you. Spirit is more like the ultimate kind of yang principle. It doesn't care how you grow. It only cares that you grow, which means that often if you allow spirit to be the primary guiding force in your life, you can have a lot of uncomfortable experiences and a lot of growth. But our souls are all about love and kindness and beauty and growing through what I call healthy pleasures and comforts. So when we can connect with our souls, our lives change in a really radical and beautiful way. Now, anytime our lives change, the better in a radical way for us, then the lives of our beautiful animals change too. Because our animals, in an energetic and a spiritual and a very practical physical sense, really are at the mercy of us. How we live our lives and how well we live our lives is a direct reflection on how our animals are going to live their lives. Because if we're living a chaotic, challenged, suffering, difficult kind of life, then our pets are living in that soup. And they're going to be soaking in that soup. It's going to be affecting them. And there's nothing they can do to escape it because we are the ones that hold our animals' lives. Now, my experience has that I lived quite a lot of my life without really thinking about my soul or having a soul connection or really having much connection with a soul purpose in a deep way. And I found that the more I connect with my soul purpose, the happier my pets get. And for me, what I've learned about connecting with your soul purpose and expressing your soul purpose in this life is that the more you move into what gives you joy, what lights up your heart, what excites you, what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel motivated and inspired, that is the pathway to finding your soul purpose and living your soul purpose on this life. And certainly over the last 10 years, I've had profoundly beautiful transformations in my life as I've come more and more alignment with my soul purpose, which is to support profound healing in peoples and animals and teach people how to heal their animals with touch and energy healing and make music and make beautiful food and have beautiful relationships and all these kinds of things. The more I've moved into this, the happier my animals have got. And I can see just how much more beautiful my animals' lives are now that I'm more aligned with living my soul purpose than perhaps I was some time ago. But the other thing is that I think something that I've only started thinking about recently is that our animals have a soul purpose in their lives too, because our animals definitely have souls. They are soulful, loving, spiritual creatures. And a big part of our animal soul purpose is us. And a big part of our soul purpose is our animals. I believe that our animals have come here to help us grow in lots of beautiful ways, to help us open up to loving and receiving love, to help us learn how to get better at listening and understanding, and to help us forget ourselves and look after other beings in ways that serve us, and also help us crack our hearts open with grief when they go so that we can get even better at loving when we get down the track. Now, it's kind of rare that humans really live their soul purpose fully. And those humans that do, you'll know them because they are just glowing beautiful. They are motivated. They're getting on with it. It's even rarer for animals to live their soul purpose because they have a soul purpose quite apart from that of living with us and loving us and interacting with us. I believe that each animal has its thing that in its life, if it gets to do, is incredibly beautiful and incredibly fulfilling for that animal to do. Now, Jem, my little whippet, she loves to run. I've never seen a dog love to run as much as Jem does. And I've seen greyhounds, I've seen whippets. I've never seen such incredible joy in just running like the wind as my little whippet. And now we do take her out in the afternoons and she runs around the paddock, and that's great. But I know, and I've come to know recently, that for me to support her sole purpose in being as fast as the wind, I need to take her off to things like lure coursing, where she can run and kind of measure herself against other dogs and compete. There's something in her that wants to compete. And Dally, my horse, well, part of his sole purpose is to help me have faith in the capacity of healing to bring transformation, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable and impossible situations. So I wonder, what's your animal's sole purpose with you, do you think? And how do you think you can discover and support your animals into their sole purpose? It might be that they become a dog that goes and visits nursing homes, or goes into schools and with kids, or becomes a tracking dog so that they rescue other animals, or maybe they want to be a protector of your home and you need to honor that so that they feel like that they can be seen in their sole purpose. Perhaps they have a purpose of needing to play with other dogs, and maybe their purpose is really to have deep friendships and amazing times with other dogs, and you're the only one who can support that for them. So I just want you to be curious today about, number one, what is your sole purpose, and how can you walk into and connect with and get more and more of the things that light you up with beauty and joy and love and freedom and inspiration? And how then can you, the more you do that, the more your animals will benefit. But then how can you be curious about what is your animal's unique individual sole purpose, and how can you help them achieve that and experience that in this life? Because if you do that, it'll be incredibly beautiful and incredibly beneficial. That's it for me this week. Please let me know in the chat what you thought of this video. Say hi. Love to hear from you. And I'll see you back next week. Thank you so much.